Never thought I would see the day. I'm not going to lie to you, boys. Are we back? Is Xbox back, boys? You see this new logo they got going on here? Guys, the news around Xbox has been dropping like crazy, left, right, and center. It's insane how much shit is either being leaked from Xbox, being dropped from Xbox, but they gave up the minimalistic logo and they went back to the Xbox logo. The 3D, nice logo. We need to go back to real logos. We need to stop this minimalistic bullshit. I hate it. Right? It's really disgusting. I like it. I like the logo. But okay, so here's the thing, right? So they announced a new logo change. The reason why they announced a new logo change is because they also announced a name change. They decided to go from Microsoft Gaming, which is what they were, to now Xbox Gaming. We are Xbox. That's why they said we are Xbox. So they changed the name from Microsoft Gaming to Xbox again, because they're trying to bring back the brand recognition, right? They need to bring back. I've been saying this forever. I've been saying this literally forever. They need to bring back the brand recognition. They got to bring back the reason why people would want to even invest in the brand to begin with. Bring it back. And I think this is a very smart play. I think the whole Microsoft Gaming thing was fucking gay. And calling it Xbox, I think that's what they should do. It was stupid. It was stupid to change the name. Now, so we got a name change. We got a logo change, right? All simple stuff. But that's not where it just ends, okay? Apparently, it's been leaked. And again, I don't know if this is true or not, but take it with a grain of salt for right now until we find out more. But apparently, there is now going to be a Xbox Game Pass Starter Edition that is going to be specifically linked to Discord users. Now, I don't like Discord. Ever since I already knew they were going to go public, but when they announced it or when they tried to go public, I said, fuck that launcher. But I'm not going to sit here and pretend like a lot of people don't use Discord. So Discord is partnering with Xbox. They announced this just the other day as well. Microsoft's new Xbox Game Pass Starter Edition just leaked. It's going to be bundled with Discord, Nitro, subscriptions, and includes 50 plus games and limited cloud streaming. So now you're going to have a bundle where if you use Discord and you're subscribed to Nitro, you are now going to have a starter edition for Xbox Game Pass, which will give you some games like Stardew Valley and Fallout 4, 50 plus video games, 10 hours of cloud gaming each month, and you can earn Xbox rewards just by playing. And all you have to have is Nitro, which is pretty interesting. So there is that. That apparently is going to be a thing as well. Jeff Keighley also is chiming in here. Mr. Highguard. How's Highguard doing, by the way? Where's our apology? I want an apology, Jeff. Xbox has announced its new strategy. The model that got us here won't be the one that takes us forward. Changes will include re-evaluation of exclusivity, Windows, and AI. Microsoft Gaming is now back to Xbox. New North Star daily active players. They're going to be aiming for daily active players. You can find more here on Xbox News. So that's exactly what we're going to read and check out. And let's see what they got to say. They've been dropping this shit like crazy. It's been nonstop, boys. We're trying to keep up with all the Xbox news, but it's a lot. All right, so it says the following. Dear team, Xbox has always been different. Okay. We started with a simple idea. Games should bring people together through shared experiences. That led to the first Xbox in 2001, Xbox Live in 2002, and new ways to connect, from friends lists and achievements to parties and play across devices. Today, Xbox reaches over 500 million players engaged. I'm sorry. All right, I might have tickled myself. I'm sorry. I apologize. Come on, be professional. Shut up. All right. Anyway, Xbox has reached over 500 million players around the world with some of the most important franchises in entertainment. From the beginning, Xbox was built by people willing to try things that others wouldn't try. We placed a consumer bet inside an enterprise company because we believed gaming would define the living room, and we were at risk of missing it. That spirit has carried us through the last 25 years and is required to carry us forward. We have work to do. Yeah, I think so. I would imagine. Players are frustrated. Okay. New feature drops on console have been less frequent. Our presence on PC isn't strong enough. Oh, so they're going straight up. They're like, all right, we're not giving up. We're not giving up on PC. All right, well, we'll see anyway. Pricing is getting harder for people to keep up with, and core experiences like search, discovery, social, and personalization still feel too fragmented. Developers and publishers are asking for more too. Better tools, better insights, and a platform that helps them grow faster. At the same time, a new generation of players is coming online with different expectations. Their time is split across games, media, and everything else competing for attention. They expect more content in familiar places, want to shape the worlds that they play in, and want to create and socialize together, not just play together. See, this part right here, create and socialize together, not just play together. You know who's really good for that, right? It's Steam. This is the reason why Steam is what they are. It's because Steam realized very quickly that socialization is a key aspect to gaming, especially online gaming. They picked it up very quickly and very early that when gaming started going the way of the internet, they realized that they needed to make features that would allow people to socialize online while playing their favorite games, which is why they decided to do all the features that they did, which is why it blows my mind that Epic Games in 2026 doesn't fucking understand why Steam is as successful as it is. To this day, I don't get it. It's like, how stupid are you? You guys are fucking billionaires and you're retarded. I don't get it. It's because they're disconnected. They don't understand what. See, the thing is with Valve had gamers in their ranks, right? They still do. Because most people that work for Valve almost never leave. They almost never quit because they make so much money and it's a great job. But I mean, obviously some do, but I'm just saying. But they had gamers in their ranks, right? They had fucking nerds in their ranks. Modern day studios now, for the most part, they don't got gamers leading the way. They have suits. The suits are leading the way, right? Like, you think Tim Sweeney's a fucking gamer? You really think he's a gamer? No, of course not. Now, you don't have to be a gamer to run a gaming company, but it sure does fucking help. And it also sure helps to help you personally understand why certain things are so important, like socialization, which again, this is why Steam was so far ahead of its time when it first decided to add the features like their socialization features. Friends list, community tab, forums, all that stuff adds together, right? So these changes are happening as the industry reshapes around us. Console remains large and stable. Windows now represents more players and more hours is increasingly where competition is most intense. Players have access to more games than ever, even at the cost and time to build blockbuster titles continues to rise, putting pressure on what gets made and how risk is taken. Some of the biggest recent hits are coming from small teams or even single creators. Wow, they're admitting it. They're admitting it. Indie is felting them. They're actually admitting it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm shocked by this. Places like Roblox are producing. Why would you mention Roblox, bro? That is such a not a thing to do. You should not be mentioning Roblox. It's not a good idea. But anyway, Roblox are producing. I mean, listen, you can mention Roblox. It's fine because from a business standpoint, it's unbelievable what they do. It's actually disgusting what they do from a business standpoint. The amount of users they have, the amount of money they bring in every year, it's fucking disgusting. I don't even want to think about it. Roblox are producing experiences that rival major franchises in scale. More players are also choosing subscriptions and services as their primary way to play. Is that true? I really don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. If that was the case, you guys wouldn't be getting wrecked on Game Pass. I don't think that's true. I don't think more and more players are choosing subscriptions and services as their way to play video games. I don't think that's true at all. I think they want that to be true. I think they're hoping that that becomes true. And I think that they're going to try to train their customers to try to make that true. But I don't think that's true right now. But whatever. Anyway, with expectations set around instant access, ongoing value, and libraries that evolve continuously. If that was true, then most players are wanting subscriptions and services, then why is Steam the biggest platform? I understand that the console fanboys think that their platforms are the biggest platforms, but it's not. Steam is the biggest platform. It has, by now, it's got to have over 200 million users. Last I checked, PlayStation was just going a little over 140 million. We're not even going to talk about Xbox. So Steam doesn't charge you a subscription. Not yet, anyway. I hope they never do. But Steam doesn't charge you for that. So most players are choosing to actually play with no subscriptions, with none of that service bullshit. You know? But anyway, the industry is becoming global and competitive. More than half of the market's revenue, players, and growth are happening outside of our core markets. But the rest of the world is not just a large market. Developers there are increasingly competing with the most established Western studios, combining scale, speed, and willingness to reinvent genres many once considered mature. The model that got us here won't be the one that takes us forward. Okay. Xbox will be where the world plays. Are you sure about that, bro? Again, I would love for Xbox to make a comeback simply because I want competition, right? I have never been an Xbox fan or Xbox fanboy. I liked some of their video games, obviously, the Halos back in the day, Gears of War, that's fine. But like, I've never been a fanboy of Xbox. But I would love for them to make a comeback because more competition is never a bad thing. But you're out of your mind if you think Xbox will be where the world plays. You got a lot of work to do. There's nothing wrong with being confident. But that's a big statement. That's a big statement. But anyway, so what does Xbox become in the next era? Xbox will be where the world plays and creates. We will build a global platform that connects players and creators everywhere. Console is at the foundation, delivering a premium experience, and cloud brings that experience to any device. You can play where you want, in your games, progress, friends, and identity stay with you across console, PC, mobile, and cloud. Xbox will be built to be affordable, personable, and open. We will offer flexible pricing so it's easy to get started and keep playing. The experience will adapt to you, letting you customize how you play, helping you find what you'll love, and connecting you with the right people. And we'll be open to all creators from individuals to the largest studios, giving anyone the tools to reach a global audience and keep their games growing over time. Our new North Star will be daily active players. We will execute this through 4 priorities: hardware, content, experience, and services. On the hardware side, we're going to stabilize Gen 9 as a healthy and high-quality base. Deliver Project Helix to lead in performance in player console and PC games. Lead in comfortable, high-performance accessories. Build a strong ecosystem that expands choice and reach. With content, they're going to grow and extend an enduring portfolio of franchises players love. They're going to evolve our 3P partners and strengthen our 5-year slate. Expand into China, emerging markets, and mobile-first audiences. Oh, my God. They're going to go to China, bro. They're gonna go to China. They want that Chinese money, bro. They want that Chinese mobile cash. That's what they want, baby. They're going to China. They're gonna be like, hey, please play our games. Please, we got games we got phones too. Maintain and grow in live games and long-term stewardship. Elevate creator-centric platforms like Minecraft, Elder Scrolls, and Sea of Thieves. With experience, they're going to fix fundamentals for players and partners. Make Xbox the best place for developers to create. For developers and creators to build and grow. Overhaul, discovery, customization, social, and personalization to connect the community. So this right here is them trying to learn from Steam. That's what it's going to be. This right here is them trying to learn from Steam, where they're going to try to turn Xbox into a platform, not a store. That's really what they're trying to do. With services, they're going to fortify Game Pass with clear differentiation and sustainable economics. Return the business to durable growth with strong cost discipline. Make cloud play feel native, fast, and reliable across TVs and low-cost devices. Use M&A deliberately to accelerate growth where organic paths are too slow. Along the way, we will reevaluate our approach to exclusivity, windowing, and AI and share more as we learn and decide. So the conversation around exclusivity is ramping up. It's been going pretty crazy. I don't know if you guys have realized this, but on social media, like everywhere, you got people posting, you got console fanboys cheering this on. They're like, yes, bring back exclusivity. We want to go to war again. We want to fight with PlayStation again, or we want to fight with Xbox again. Honestly, bro, this is gonna cause a self implosion. I really do. I think the problem is that both consoles gave up exclusivity in their own way, and by doing so, that rapidly grew the PC player base exponentially to now where PC gaming is making more money than consoles. Not by much, but we haven't gotten last year's numbers yet, I don't believe. But regardless, I know it's gonna keep growing. You've already given up you've given it all up. And the thing is, those players that found PC, there's no going back. Now, to be fair, some of them could have a console that they would maybe want to purchase for like one exclusive game or whatever. But the truth is that your long-term money that you were making, where people, let's say people were buying like, 20 or 30 console games in their lifetime or something like that for a system's lifetime, maybe 10 to 20 games for a lifetime on average, something like that. That's going to go way down because now they're going to prefer to play on PC most of the time. And that's because you gave those players up. So I'll tell you this, man. Both of these consoles that are going to come out for the next generation are going to be massively expensive, number one. It's going to make the attraction that consoles once had in terms of affordability go away. That attraction has pretty much already, for the most part, gone away because they raised the price of consoles twice. Brother, the PlayStation 5 Pro is already almost $1,000. It's already almost $1,000, bro. So what do you think the PlayStation 6 is going to be? What do you think the PlayStation 6 Pro is going to be? It's going to be crazy. So the consoles are already going to be ridiculously expensive. That's just going to make it more attractive for someone to say, you know what, I'll check out PC gaming, I think I'm ready to do it. If you guys are asking me for $1,500 for a console and controllers and all this shit, I might as well just go to fucking PC gaming where at least I could save, $200 to $300 a year not paying for online services. Think about that. Most people don't even realize how much money it actually costs to be a console gamer every year. We're not even just talking about the video games. We're talking about the services. You got to pay to play online. That shit adds up. It adds up. And then you got services like I'm sorry, not PS Plus. You got services like Game Pass and shit. It adds up. A lot of this adds up. So it could go from $100 some odd dollars a year to fucking $200 something dollars a year, $300 something dollars. They're raising the prices of those services too. It's not even just the consoles that are going up; it's the services too. So it's actually kind of fucking insane. But anyway, so the amount of money that you could save, that couple of $100 that you could save by not having to pay to play online, you can utilize that to go buy games during a Steam sale. You know how many games you can get with $200 on a Steam sale? Even if you only bought games once or twice a year for the summer sale and the winter sale, do you know how stacked your Steam library would be every year? Just by taking that money and investing it back if you decided to become a PC gamer. But what it is that people buy into the brand. People buy into being a part of something. So with Steam is such an open-ended community. This is kind of how it's always been. So we don't really care about that. But with PlayStation, especially PlayStation and Xbox, not so much anymore because they gave it up. But being a PlayStation fan meant something, and being an Xbox fan meant something to people. And now that's kind of been lost to time. So I think what gamers are doing are they're trying to bring back exclusivity because they think by bringing back exclusivity, that's gonna give their fanboyism like a meaning. It's gonna give them meaning because the meaning behind being a fan of these systems have kind of been lost to time right now. It doesn't really mean much anymore. So I think it's crazy that people really think that by taking video games away from others, that somehow makes their fan of being a fan of something more important. I guess. I mean, I never quite understood that, but whatever. It is what it is. So in any case, so they said to achieve our master plan. I like that play on words, master plan, Master Chief. The way we work must transform. Our best work happens when the full stack moves together. Microsoft Gaming describes our structure, but it does not describe our ambition. So we're going back to where we started and changing our team's names. We are Xbox. We are a high agency culture where wild and wonderful ideas thrive. Our job is not to smooth over our differences, but to connect everyone into something greater than any one studio or product. We have to be honest about where we are. We're a challenger, and meeting this moment will require pace, energy, and level of self-critique that should feel uncomfortable. At our best, we earn every player, protect our art, stay rebellious, progress over perfection, signal over ceremony, core before more, outwork the problem, speed is learning, makers over managers, clarity is kindness. Over the last 5 years, Xbox and the industry have been an unimaginable amount of change, and this team has continued to deliver it for our community. You know, guys, why is there so much change in the gaming industry? What happened? What happened in 2020, 2021, 2022? The gaming media had the control over everything. You guys were loving it. You guys were loving it. You had control over everything. You guys, if you wanted to tell a lie, nobody challenged you. If you wanted to just make up some bullshit, nobody even thought twice. So what happened? What happened? How did you guys lose that level of control? How did you guys lose such an easy bag? Well, I mean, there's a lot of reasons why. And we can't really get into that today because it would take forever. But there's a lot of reasons why. Yes, you guys are right. One of the main reasons is the fact that money ran out. Obviously, subsidization money ran out. Subsidization was a major problem in the gaming industry. Subsidization is the reason why they were trying to convince you they were successful when deep down they all knew that they weren't. Subsidization was the problem a lot of the time. Subsidization is the reason why studios had money to hire consultants that provided no value. Subsidization is the reason why video games were getting sequels that never deserved sequels because they were trash fucking video games to begin with. And the first video game sold almost nothing. And yet somehow they got a sequel because of subsidization. Subsidization is the key word behind a lot of the problems that the gaming industry was having over the last few years. And then once that subsidization ran out, especially in the Western gaming industry, once that money was bled dry and it was no longer available, suddenly you couldn't look to subsidization to solve your problems anymore, which then results in you having to make decisions that we've all seen for the last 2 years. Subsidization is the problem. And then on top of that, with no subsidization, what are you forced to do? You're forced to make money. What was happening? They weren't making money. All these video games that they were making with their subsidization money over the last few years that they were releasing in 2024 and 2025, because obviously games take, a long time to develop, 4 to 6 years to develop on average. By the time they finally got the game out, subsidization was already gone. So they had to release the game, though, because they already spent the money. And then they released the game does horribly, and what happens? Shutdown, layoffs, complete destruction, all across the industry, happening nonstop. Over and over and over for 2 years straight. It's been happening now. 2 years straight. We're in 2026 and they're still happening now. It's going to be happening for the next couple of years still. So I'll tell you this, man. They could gaslight you and they're going to try to tell you that, oh, gamers aren't buying games anymore. Remember that? Remember those articles that the gaming media ran like towards the end of last year where they were like, oh, gamers just aren't buying games anymore. What? What? Gamers aren't buying games anymore? What the fuck? Have you seen some of the games that have come out recently? Have you seen some of the games that came out last year that people were buying up nonstop? No. Let's not get it confused. It's not gamers aren't buying games anymore. It's that gamers aren't buying your fucking games anymore. That's really what it's about. Gamers aren't buying your fucking games anymore. But they are definitely buying games. It's just not yours. That's all it is. See, the thing is, through subsidization, it allowed them to sell you the story that their games were successful. Now they can't sell you that story anymore. They can't sell you that lie anymore, that their games are successful. Now, in order for their games to be successful, they actually have to be successful. Otherwise, they can't sell you the bullshit anymore. And you could get all of these companies to run damage control for you. Circana says we're number 4 in the entire planet. Circana says that we're number 4 in the United States of America right now. We're number this, we're number that. Circana says that we're number 4, but you got to ignore all these asterisks. You see these asterisks? It's like 3 of them, where they remove this, and all of a sudden, oh, wow, okay, so cherry-picked, you're doing well. I got it. So if you cherry-pick, you're doing well. I got it. That makes sense. So, anyway, at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, this all sounds fantastic. This all sounds great for Xbox fans, right? This was signed by Matt Booty and Asha Sharma. Sounds amazing. But it's all about execution. It's all about execution. You have to deliver on what you've been saying. So far, that's been the case. So far, they've done little things here and there to, I guess, appease people or try to get people to believe that they're doing something, right? With the Xbox Game Pass price reduction and all that. They're clearly listening. So now it's up to them to actually see it through. And it's going to take time. That's obvious. It's not just going to happen overnight. But we're seeing a lot of changes, and we're seeing it quickly because they know that if they're going to do something about this, they have to build loyalty to the brand again. So they start with the name, they change the logo, they change Game Pass, they remove their biggest mistake with Call of Duty, and now the rest is up to them. So they're going to have to do a complete fucking 180 for this to work. And that's exactly where it seems like they're going. So we will see what happens with Xbox, but as of right now, that's their statement, and that's the news that I have for you regarding Xbox. It's a lot. It's a lot, but it's going to take a long time. Because keep in mind, guys, Xbox has been destroying their brand for years. Years.